All right, welcome back. Section 2, organic sculpting class. All right, they're the number 2 because they're the shit. Okay. Alrighty, so let's start off with group this up and there we go. Okay, so Nathaniel, let's take a look at this. So again, I think you may be bending at the hip too much and not using both of the torso modifiers because it's just a little bit too much, and this foot should be on the other side. So make sure that your proportions are set according to the concept art, because she is a little bit taller than you think she is. So just before you start, make sure she's at least as tall, if not slightly taller than the skull. And then this leg should be able to go on the other side. This particular foot, you can see it goes forward and then it goes backwards and then it plants. Yours is going forwards, and then planting. So it needs to go boom, 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 and then come back here. Okay. So again, that has to do with these two controllers that are overextended. Okay. Hand down is fine. Your articulation for your hand is off. Okay. It's open. It's grabbing. It's not pointing. It's not shooting a gun. It's in the process of grabbing something. Okay. This is pointing and lecturing. That's what that hand language is. Okay. Also, put a cylinder to represent the sword, because your finger's pointing this way and your eyes are going this way. So I'm not sure what you're actually looking or grabbing. Okay. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. Okay. And you forgot to add your flower. You have it marked in here, but you didn't upload it, Nathaniel. So it's fine. Okay. These need to be touching. Can't begin. These can't originate in space and be all up in space. None of this is touching. Remember that this is a collectible. Things can't float in the air. Okay. So every vine needs to begin in the ground, because that's where it originates from. It originates from soil. Okay. So originating from soil. Okay. You also dynamesh your base. No one asked you to do that, Nathaniel. Make sure you redo this. It should be Q cylinder Y. And make sure you dynamic subdiv, crease PG, and all that good stuff. Okay. And make sure you separate the blade from the handle and everything else, so that you can dynamic subdivide these, and so we don't see it so faceted. Basically, you're going to control shift, and you're going to select this sword, and make sure you press control. What was it? Control Shift A. Yeah, Control Shift A. Well, here. Boom, 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 boom. Control Shift A. And that way it'll select everything. It'll bring everything that's associated with the blade in particular. And then you're going to split hidden. Okay. And this is pretty much a straight line like that. Something a little bit more sexy in terms of curves, because it's very straight, very straight, very straight, very straight. Okay. We need to flow and not jab. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? I've got Nathaniel. Already took care of David. Corinne. Alrighty. So it's looking pretty good. I'm liking the way it's going. Just make sure that this goes back and then hits there. Okay. Sword's looking good. Hero flower is you're gonna have to redo this. The petals only. This is the best skull face so far. So good job on that. But your petals you're gonna have to redo. I did that for David maybe 6 critiques ago, or in the previous video. I showed him how to do that because he came into class, so I just took care of him real quick. So in the previous video, you can look for that in the organic modeling section 01, and I'll be posting a video there, and it's going to be within there. You'll just see petals and stuff being created if you just slide through the video. You'll see it. Position of hands. Let's put some vines here so it's not floating in space. This leg is looking pretty good. I like how you're kind of bending it down and having it go that way. That's interesting. I haven't seen that before. Just make sure that this leg, that this, if this is the end of the skull and she's got her leg going this way, that we don't have just a foot dangling out kind of unartistically. Deformations are looking great. Sword's looking really, really clean. And make sure you use your creasing so it's not so soft, right? It should have a little bit more indication. So if this is the front and this is our bevel and then that's our back, okay, bevel, and then the back, and then the bevel, and then this is our cylinder. We need to use BZM, and we need to hover over an edge and then choose crease and make sure that the so we have what we want to do, and then we have the target underneath whenever we're looking at our Z modeler menu, and down here make sure you have edge loop complete as your target, and then crease these particular edges so that we have a little bit more form and it doesn't look like a soft candy or like a caramel or something. Okay. And other than that, let's take a look at your ZBrush screen grabs. Okay. So, dynamic subdiv on the base. Just so we're not looking at an octagon as much as I love UFC. Boring line, a little bit sexier. Straight. Make sure this is viney. Becomes thick, thin, and then thick again. So if you want to do that, make sure you have vines wrapping around to support the thickening of it, because usually from the base it's going to get thinner as it goes along. It's not going to generally come back out unless there's like scarring or severe bending or something like that. So if you want to have it puff up again, make sure it's happening at the bend and not afterwards. Okay. Like here, you have it right here. It's thicker here and then it tapers, but then it becomes thick again without really much of a bend to support that. So, okay. And that, let's see, what else you got? And let's see, copy image. Okay, so here, we need to, this is a very uninteresting curve, right? So we need to kind of finesse it back out. Okay, obviously not going over the base, but you know what I mean, right? So something a little bit curvier. Okay, some of these trailing off and coming up on the skull. Make sure you have all of this stuff. Have some of these coming out. It doesn't have to be like a disease spreading, but maybe just one or two just coming out. And then this, make sure you actually have separate tubes to support the fact that this is thickening without a bend, right? Because it's thickening on the straight as opposed to the bend. And I think that's about it for that one. Good job. And that's the end of the homework, peeps. Does anyone have any questions or want me to go over anything before we call it? Alrighty. Well, we will be meeting again on Thursday. For those for Section 2 class, make sure you have all of these things that I've critiqued done by Tuesday. And then I'll do another video critiquing all that so you can refine it on Thursday, and then you can finish it off for the next due date, which is always on Tuesdays. For right now, we're just going to meet once a week. If homework starts declining in terms of quality, or there seems to be a whole lot of miscommunication, or there's just a whole lot of things going wrong, then we are going to start meeting on the hours that we were when we're doing this person to person. So I'd like to make this as comfortable as possible for all of you. So please turn in your homework. Please communicate with me, or else, I just got to put more and more rules, and I really don't want to do that with all the rules that are already being placed. Okay, so please communicate with me. Please get in touch with me by email, Discord, Facebook, any of that good stuff. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for everyone that showed up. Again, if you turned in homework, you got an automatic 100. And if you're unable to get a computer, unable to get any of that stuff, you do need to let me know. Please use severe communication. Okay. So have a wonderful day. I'm going to post these videos up shortly in the forums and also here in the Discord. So have a wonderful weekend. And again, reach out to me at any time.